cool word.
But anyway, speaking of Halloween stores, I think we should jump into the next segment, which intro
Alexa Skill Stumper.
Ooh, Halloween edition. We didn't even plan that. That's what I always do when we have a weird echo thing. It's like my favorite.
You know what movie that is from? You're 0 for 1 right now on movie references.
Friday 13th, right?
Okay, good.
Yeah. Got that one. Is that Thriller?
No.
It kind of sounded like the intro to Thriller.
Myers.
Yours sounded more like Thriller.
All right, Alexa Skill Stumper. You ready? What? That's not. How did that sound the same? That did not even come
That's the next part
close.
of that. It comes in.
Oh, God. Okay, which one are we going to do? Point to it.
Well, I just mentioned costume, so I think...
All right, so we are doing a costume store. Now, here's what's interesting, because... you have, like, Walmarts and, like, Targets and stuff that carry costumes, but there are a lot of individual, like, Halloween stores that either pop up just for the season, or some... I know we have one here that's, like, year-round, because they... because actually I found this out because they can sell costumes. I don't know if they sell them out of the area or not, but like all the drama places like we have here, like the shows.
Well, and dance stuff and
dance
stuff like
that,
that.
So that you can actually sell, like there's
which is a very smart play if you want a year-round place. Is like, what other costumes are there? They should start selling nurse outfits, scrubs. Just throwing it out there.
Well, I'm just thinking of the nurse. Anyway, so certain kinds you maybe don't want to sell to the general public.
Oh, which kind of nurse outfit are you looking for? We've got 2 different sections on that.
Anyway, so yeah. which anyway, so like costume stores I know like can be individually owned and that kind of thing. They can be year-round or they can be pop-ups. So do we think we can give them some audio content ideas for costume stores? So let's jump into it.
I was making content.
Yeah, so looking at 3 arenas. So let's look at podcast, Alexa custom skills, and flash briefings. So definitely, I think if it's seasonal or if you even just want to push seasonal, I feel like you can, if you're going to utilize, like how could you do consistent audio content, podcasting, and flash briefings year round with Halloween? Or costumes in general. I mean, Halloween's going to be your hub. So, I mean, once you get to the holiday, it's going to be easy. I think you could be doing lots of stuff. You could talk about the hottest costumes that are out there. You could talk about how you have differentiation of costumes. You could add value by, like, teaching people how to accessorize a costume at home. You could highlight a character or, like, the most popular costumes for that year. You could talk about how to, home make certain things that go with your costume. You could interview all these, like you could interview Superman, Batman. You could interview, like, podcast and, like, have somebody come over and do voice that, like, was, like, pretending to be those characters.
I'm going to give someone here a business idea, okay? All around. And you can call this a spook cafe if you want. But if there was a costume store that also had a bar or restaurant that went along with it and did monthly or weekly themed events and parties, that would be incredible. That would actually be really cool.
So I bet she doesn't watch the show. Somebody like the Character Company that bought in and, like, partnered with a costume store or had a costume store in addition to the characters that she does for events, and that would be a kind of cool concept, and had a cafe or of some sort.
Yeah, you could even have a night where little cheap masks and people wear them, and, like, maybe you have a night where you have to wear a mask to eat dinner there. You could do some really cool things. I won't even get too far into it, but we should open a restaurant now.
And I feel like adding to, you just sparked an idea, because I went to an engagement party that was at a brewery in Chicago this weekend.
Sounds awesome.
That was having a Halloween party at the same time. So if I was a costume type shop or Halloween type shop, I would definitely in that season be partnering and sponsoring audio content promoting Halloween parties around town. So, like, if it's at this spot, this bar is having a Halloween party or whatever, like, I would be the hub event resource audio wise through flash briefings and podcasting, talking about the events in the area for Halloween or even just year round. I mean, you could really kind of, you could pull that local event aspect we talk about a lot of times into your audio content. But when it gets close to Halloween, I mean, you could be, like, on site with, if you had the character thing, like that business model.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas balls. You can have I don't know. January. I'm sorry. You're just a bad month.
We got New Year's.
Valentine's stuff. Yeah, New Year's is like the beginning of the month, though. That's basically Christmas.
Some people wear masks.
Yeah. Anyway, I think there's a lot you could do. I do think, though,
We didn't hit custom skills yet.
even having a flash briefing that's like, 53 more weeks till Halloween, every day type kind of thing.
Yeah. That's it. That's it until we get to the season. Like, that's your flash briefing.
Every week. Or it could just tell you
weeks.
all the holidays, this many to this many. But at the same time, like, a lot of times it is good to plan, if you're going to be really serious, plan a year ahead of time, because the day after Halloween, all that stuff drops like 70%. So you could have some tips on where to buy outlet stuff that's super cheap for next year.
Yeah. Really hit your sales hard. And I think you could do that very well through an Alexa custom skill. Maybe even figure out how to create ordering through Alexa. We've talked about this, that you can like actually order stuff once sales kind of come up, or accept payment through Alexa. We're looking at that in the custom skill section right now because Amazon keeps updating that. But I think your custom skill is going to be really promoting your shop, promoting events, location of where you are, talking about how to maybe subscribe to your event list so that people can get where the party's at, where the events, where our kids trick-or-treating this year, or what kind of kid events there are. Like, you can get kind of a subscriber list built up through your custom skill, through our contact skillet, create your list, and then do some email marketing and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're a Halloween store that pops up once a year, what do they usually open in September, or they start building in
Probably
September?
like August.
Yeah, so you could, a month before you open, you could actually promote the flash briefing and then say, once we open, every week we're gonna do giveaways. We'll announce them on the Alexa skill, and then there's a way to get people on and promote. So you could do it. You can tell Amazon to hide a skill after a certain time.
Okay.
Right? So you can say, all right,
your custom skill or your flash briefing?
Either. You can tell Amazon to hide it, and then pop it back up next year. And
see, I would keep that custom skill open and just keep building your list as you get closer to your main season. But your custom skill, what I think is interesting with that is I think that the Halloween space, think about this from keywords of what Amazon's doing. I think the space is so wide open. Mm-hmm. Like, you would come up, no doubt. Like, I can't imagine there's any competition. We should start doing some like live searches when we do this Alexa Skill Stumper segment and see what comes up when we type in industries, because I can't imagine there's anything really in there for Halloween, except maybe some maybe there's some like funny spooky voices or like ghost stories. You could tell ghost stories through your custom skill.
This is true.
That would be kind of fun.
I'm really shocked at how many ideas we have for this. This is might have been some of our most of ideas.
Welcome.
We get a full business plan available today, like
we did.
Start to finish. All you got to do is find a property now.
Alexa Skill Stumper.
Yeah, starting your business since 2019.